It's showtime.
Okay.
Okay guys, welcome back to the STPL. My name is Kix, joining me is Rapid. If you're just joining us here, this is game number 4 between SouL and NetWars. Not SouL and NetWars, SouL and DM. We've currently got SouL up 2-1 with a very weird ZVZ there between Tai2 and Yaj, with Tai2 coming out on top. But now we're going to get into a little bit of a weirder match on Plasma. It's going to be a PvP between nOOB and Kwanwoo.
Yeah, so I don't think I've cast a game of Kwanwoo before, but obviously, you know, nOOB's reputation precedes him. Multiple Have At You winner, very, very strong South Korean player. So I expect him to do very well. And yeah, like I said, I don't know what to expect from Kwanwoo.
Yeah, so just to have a look at the stats so far, Kwanwoo is 2-2, nOOB is 4-1. nOOB obviously one of the highest ranked players in the STPL, just to show that off in the player table. He is currently 9th overall with 10-2, so things looking pretty good for him. He is actually currently 3-0 in the PvP matchup, and he's moving on here to Plasma. This is going to be our 6th PvP here, so not as many as I expected. But this map can lead some very interesting games. If you've not seen Plasma before, there are neutral lurker eggs that take a long time to break through without splash damage. They have 20 armor, I believe it is, so single units take absolutely forever to get through. And in PvP, that can lead to some interesting things. We could see a very, very quick Nexus from one of our players. Very fast tech as well is also very good. And I can't wait to see how this is going to turn out when we go into game number 4. It's CM's Kwanwoo versus SouL's nOOB here on Plasma. And spawning here over in the bottom left hand corner, it's the man with the ironic name, it's SouL's nOOB. It was definitely not a noob.
I was going to say, I guess you can put it that way. But yeah, his opponent on the other side of the map in the light blue, teal, or malachite, whatever you want to call that. This is Kwanwoo playing for DM.
Now, teal versus green. I apologize for any colorblind people in the audience. Unfortunately, I can't do shift tab because it makes them
Dude, we're
both
gonna
yellow.
have.
So,
At some point, they'll both build nothing but Archons and fight each other,
Oh
and
my
that
God.
I'm just gonna disconnect from the game at that point. I remember having to cast a PvP in ASL that was orange versus yellow. I was just,
that was on
there's only
Gold
so
Rush
much
as
you can
well.
do.
That was so
Yeah.
good. I remember that game. It was impossible to see what was going on.
Yeah, so no thanks.
Yeah, I mean, even if we see like carriers or something, we're seeing carriers on Plasma. Of course, one of the highlight videos that I play sometimes was Tech versus Fisheye. That was an incredibly weird game where we saw mind control against carriers. Fisheye went for carriers, did win out in the end, but neither player doing anything as crazy as we saw in that one. We're not going to see any proxy gateways early on. A gateway in the main for nOOB, and it looks like Kwanwoo is going to be going up for a quick Nexus here in game number 4.
A quick Nexus, you say? Well, my man, nobody knows about quick Nexuses better than TT1, who had a 12 Nexus into cannons into DTs to win the game. So it's not truly, not the quickest Nexus. Wait, is this 12?
Yeah,
oh my God, 12. It is. Okay, all right. So Kwanwoo, he's been watching, and he knows.
He knows the build.
The build already. He saw how to play it. Now the same thing's gonna happen. nOOB is gonna scout this almost immediately, and he's like, but the big difference is that this is Plasma, and so you can just do the weirdest things on this map.
Not only that, but unlike where we saw, just trying to remember who TT1 was playing against, I think it was Dreamer. Unlike Dreamer, who tried to go for a 2 gateway to try and punish this, nOOB is unable to do that. He can't get his units through the eggs early on. And unless nOOB can somehow get a proxy up, get a few proxy gateways, we've seen that before as well, then he's not going to be able to punish this. So he's going to be going into his tech very quickly. Should have a robo coming up quite soon.
He did gas steal, so that's one big advantage. Obviously, it's going to take a while because you're not going to have gateway units for a pretty long time.
And there's no gas at the second Nexus either, so that's a bit of a pain.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, like, you have access to another expansion. You could just expand there instead, because okay, all right, well. He's going to Maynard his probes down here and start mining way ahead of schedule, but you're right, he will have 0 gas income until he takes out the assimilator in his main.
Yeah, I mean, the one benefit that Kwanwoo does have at the moment is obviously that's going to allow him to build his zealots without any worry. He can actually build a third Nexus very, very quickly here. Does need to be careful though. We do have that robo coming in from nOOB. Kwanwoo did scout this out, so things are looking pretty good for him so far. He's obviously got a very big advantage in this game. Not only is his probe count going to be a lot higher, he's obviously the big problem is this gas, but he is going to be able to take that down. The probe is still alive though from nOOB, just being as annoying as humanly possible, and just threatening that second gas steal as well, so it does need to be careful.
And also with only one zealot, this is basically going to take an eternity to kill, and so we won't have to worry about that for quite a while. But you're right, great probe control there by nOOB to continually scout things out, and with perfect information, the better the player is, the more they can do with that. He's already doing quite a bit with that. And it looks like he is going to be going into shuttle, into maybe even Reavers, or maybe he's just going to ferry gateway units across.
Very possibly. The thing is, though, Kwanwoo is going for a proxy in this left-hand side position.
Oh my god.
It's going to be a proxy double gateway from Kwanwoo, so could we see a weird base trade scenario where both of them have more units in the opponent's base than their own? And I mean, if this is just going to be to shuttle gateway units across, the robo support bay is finally coming in, but he is going to have this shuttle very, very quickly, kind of a little bit quicker than normal, but what is Kwanwoo going to do about it? He doesn't have anything that shoots up right now, so this shuttle is going to go completely uncontested. Gateway is coming in, Forge coming in, so he can go for cannons, but the second we see Reavers coming in, the cannons aren't really going to do anything.
Yeah. Okay, this is really weird. Now, I think once again, we could see a player react to this 12 Nexus in, the incorrect way, which is to go for Reavers, and even double Reavers maybe, and forego getting an Observer. At which point, the same counter, or the same build getting DTs could be super effective. The issue is that this time around, it's not going to be DTs.
Oh my god, there's two proxy gates coming in. It's just going to be proxy
double gates. Yeah,
for
and
both players.
2 proxy gates for both players. That's exactly what I said, Kix.
Yeah, sorry, I kind of cut you off, and I wanted to finish what I was saying. But either way, 2 proxy gateways for each player. This is going to be kind of crazy. I mean, we actually have a gateway advantage from Kwanwoo now, though. It's going to be 4 gate against 3. The thing is, nOOB has nearly broken through the middle, so that's something. He is going to have the shuttle with the Reaver. But obviously, the more units he sends through this middle of the map, if Kwanwoo can somehow defend against this, then he's going to have the advantage. There's going to be 4 Zealots heading into the main of nOOB right now, and there's nothing back home to defend. Oh my gosh,
this is... what a tragedy. Also, if he kills enough pylons, he can't even produce out of his proxy gateways, so... he is going to head back home with the shuttle, obviously, but let's see what these Zealots are able to do. He can only attack with 1 at a time, so this is basically a complete train wreck.
Yeah, things are not looking too good. The Reaver is going to be able to shoot the Zealot. Oh, picks up the Dragoon to let the Scarab out. That's really clever. I like that. But looks like we are going to have the Zealots cleaned up now. Are we going to have DTs behind this? Is he going to maybe go into his own Reaver? Looks like we do have Dragoons moving out through the middle of the map. Can they catch the shuttle? He does have a couple of Zealots. This is going to pull the Dragoons back to his proxy gateways, so things aren't going to be looking too good there. But just as nOOB used that egg wall to break through and get out of his base, he's also let Kwanwoo's units into his.
He's not blocking the ramp, so he gets right up it into the main base. Probes are instantly pulled. There's a ton of them, so this should be a good way to kind of hold on here. Now, with the Reaver coming back in, it's been damaged pretty heavily. It has no shields and very low, or a couple of hits on the hull there too. So we'll see if he can actually take it down. But man, high ground advantage isn't what it used to be, Kicks, and that's a perfect hold by nOOB.
It is, and there's also an attack going on in Kwanwoo's base. Kwanwoo does manage to get the better end of that. He does now know, or at least he should now know, there are proxy gateways because he's seen where the Dragoons came from. So kind of a game of proxies here. Looks like the pylon has been taken down. An extra Dragoon that did manage to pop out there for Kwanwoo gets taken down as well. And now we see nOOB with a very big supply lead, and most of that is army units, because he doesn't have two Nexuses worth of probe production.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a little bit deceptive because Kwanwoo has quite a few cannons. I think he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like six or so. The problem is those don't do too well against Reavers. Actually, he almost lost the Reaver by walking into cannon fire.
That
so
was
probably don't do that.
Close.
And actually, if Kwanwoo controls this right, he could actually try to snipe this Reaver behind, but instead he's going to lose everything and tap out momentarily.
Yeah, but Kwanwoo's up to 6 gateways now. If he can just manage to hold on for long enough, he's going to have... Oh my god, he's going to have Dragoons coming down on the Reaver at the bottom. Does manage to pick up in time. Does nOOB, but Kwanwoo is still just about holding on. The Reaver very close to dead. 7 kills on him. Gonna be a hero when he gets back to his base, but... things are not looking too good for Kwanwoo. There's still double proxy gateway production by nOOB. But the Reaver's gonna go down!
Oh my god, the Reaver, that's so sick! Was he making another one back at home? No! He just started and it was a little bit delayed. I think a pylon was
the SouL went down as well.
Yeah, but either way, this is a huge Dragoon count, and once you have a superior number of Dragoons, like, it's just so hard to kind of right the ship there. Obviously,
yeah, kind of
6 gateways is... Yeah, 6 gateways is a lot, or 4, I guess, now, because he can't produce from the other 2. But yeah, he's having to pull probes here. He's losing a bunch of them. I don't know how well this is going to go. I mean, you know, Kwanwoo's still on 2 bases, so he's got a better economy.
And he's still got a better probe count. I mean, he did trade a lot of the probes away, but did thin the Dragoon numbers quite a lot. Did a lot of damage to the other ones as well. And he does hold on to his Nexus. He's adding on another 2 cannons. Kind of questionable placement on those. We are going to see nOOB be able to take those out one by one. But Dragoons popping out into fire here. A little bit of a dangerous situation here for Kwanwoo still. He does still have that second Nexus producing probes. The cannon is coming in, but the pylon going down. That's going to be another unpowered gateway. The 2 gateways on the high ground. The probes have been pulled from the main as well. Can he hold on? It's getting very hairy.
Yeah, it certainly is, Kicks. It's like you when you haven't left your apartment for like 3 weeks. You know, it's going to be a difficult situation here for Kwanwoo, who at this point is just basically losing everything. He didn't kind of build up his Dragoon count, so it was always just funneling into a meat grinder. So even though he's got some Dragoons on each side, there's just too much here. I think it was a critical mass from nOOB, who is finally going to be able to break through. Yeah,
and the trouble is we're seeing Dragoons pop out for Kwanwoo. He is managing to trade 1 for 1, but when there's 6 other Dragoons left there, there's not too much you can do. GG! And nOOB takes down Kwanwoo in game number 4 to give SouL the 3-1 victory.
Yeah, 3-1. Good start for DM, but unfortunately they weren't able to take it down in the long run. And that is the end of our second series of the night, Kicks.
It is.
It's a very fast evening of STPL. It doesn't feel that way because we were late starting.
Yeah, we started very, very late today. Kind of various reasons led into that. But luckily enough, we had a pretty good second series. The first one was a little bit underwhelming. But we had some good games. Kwanwoo versus nOOB, I think, in a slightly different world, Kwanwoo could have taken that. And he should certainly feel proud about that game. As you said, nOOB won many Have At You tournaments as well, so to get that far in a PvP against someone that good, especially when you had nothing that could shoot up for about 5 minutes in the game, is really impressive.
Yeah, really well done, and I'm glad that we got a chance to see 2 different versions of the 12th Nexus in PvP. Obviously, TT1's still the complete mastermind of that build. Do not try this at home or on ladder, because it'll look a little bit like, well, yeah, probably just never do that until your opponent least expects it. But, hey, it's still fun to watch some different builds and some very standard play. I felt like watching Scan play. It was super methodical, just kind of going through the motions, playing very solidly. And in the end, it does lead SouL to a 3-1 victory over DM.
Yep, just to quickly go through the games, Kiri took down Richley there in a PvT, Scan took down Tech in a TVP, Tai2 took down Yaj in a very weird CVZ, and then nOOB took down Kwanwoo there to finish off the evening here on Plasma. Now, of course, this is the end of today's STPL, but it's not the end of the STPL overall. We'll be back on Wednesday with some more games. And obviously we're coming up to the end of round number 3. Round 4 will be starting up in January. I've not completely decided on the date yet for that, but it's going to be mid-January most likely to let us go through the playoffs. As at the end of this week on Saturday, we're going to have the STPL Christmas Cup. Now that is going to be all played on Saturday, and then the week after, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to cast the best games from that, all from replays, so we don't miss a single game if possible. Obviously, if there's too many games played, we'll only pick the best series, but should be really cool to see that. It's open to STPL players only. There's a $100 prize pool already. Sham2 has said he's going to donate as well, so should be a cool, nice little Christmas present here for a few of our STPL players.
Yeah, really cool to see that happening, as well as SouL finals are this Saturday in Korea as well, so don't miss those either. It's basically the last South Korean LAN of the year, so should be really, really exciting. I can't wait to see Sharp versus Sulky. It's going to be incredible, so definitely do not miss out on that.
It's kind of cool as well. 2 KSLs, 2 TVZ finals, so different players as well, so no repeats. It was close, but obviously JD didn't take part in KSL Season 2, did he, if I remember rightly?
He did not.
Sulky obviously coming back for... This is like his first finals in a long time, so it's real. I think it might be his first finals ever, so kind of cool for him. Sharp as well, a really cool player, been around forever, but not managed to make it to finals, so really cool to see him there as well. A huge thank you, Rapid, for casting with me once again. Hopefully you guys at home enjoyed today's STPL too, and we'll see you next time for some more STPL action.